Shooting slingshots on a Sunday morning. Starting to feel like fall out here. What's up, Chad? What's up, Wes? So I got some sad news. I thought I was might be able to make it to Hocking Hills tournament, and it was still not likely, but it was like 10% chance I could still go. But then I got some news yesterday from work that I got a internal audit that's happening at the end of this coming week. So that 10% chance went down to 0% chance now. Unless something crazy happens. Penny, what are you barking at? Yeah, this is a really busy time of year for me at my work. But I was trying to line everything up and get everything ready so that, you know, I could go. I knew it wasn't likely, but now I'm sure. Haven't been going after targets on that ladder recently very much. I've been trying to be very conservative on my ammo, so it's a lot easier to collect up my ammo in that catch box. I used to shoot at that ladder, those ladder targets almost exclusively. Right here, the 40 on top, and then I got a little, that's a 30 millimeter. There's a tiny little metal, like 12 millimeter spinner right there. That's a 60, that's another 40. What frame today? I've been shooting the this 4-kilo that I got from Moan a little while back. Been shooting this pretty well. I'm really excited about some new frames I got coming. I got a frame from Dave Longworth, and I got a frame from Adam Cantrell. I was gonna pick them up from them at the Hocking Hills tournament, but now that I'm not going, my dad's going, he's gonna get them for me. But I'm really excited to get those and show them off and shoot them and see how they feel. That the Dave Longworth frame is a Nova, and it's for tubes and flats. But I really want to try tubes on it. I've never tried tubes before. So, you know, I want to try to at least be, you know, competitive in the speed shooting next year at the East Coast tournament. Not that I will be a contender, but I want to at least, you know, try to be somewhat competitive with it. But because as of right now, I'm not a competitor at all when it comes to any kind of speed shooting. So anyway, that'll be my tubes frame and my speed shooting frame. Hopefully, you know, if it feels good. And if not, then I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Hey, what's up, Bazzy? We're shooting slingshots. So in my little sling bag, I usually keep 3 or 4 frames that I'm shooting, and I kind of rotate them out. I've had this thing in there for a while. I've had this in there all summer. This is like a Nova design made by Moan Waller. Been shooting that really well all summer. This is my newest custom that I got from Moan. And then this is the Falcon, just a HDPE plastic Falcon. I got this last year. I shoot really well with it. I just put it in my bag and kind of forgot about it for several months though, and brought it back out, you know, just a couple weeks ago. Just like to rotate things in and out of my sling bag so so they get used. You know, I don't consider myself a collector, so I want to use my slingshots. I don't want them just sitting around, so I kind of rotate them out. A cedar fractal, awesome. Cedar, I mean, yeah, cedar makes some really pretty natties. Thank you, live the dream. Yeah, these slingshots, well, at least the ones I'm shooting today, these are customs that are made by a maker near where I live in Richmond, Virginia. His name's Moan Waller. This is a hummingbird themed slingshot. The coloring on it, the color choices and everything. Here you go, thanks Bazzy. Bazzy's been killing it with his like YouTube shorts and stuff lately. Puts up some really cool videos. Got my chickens over here. They're eating on some watermelon. Got some so when we get a watermelon, I love watermelon, by the way. It's like it's like my favorite thing ever. I basically just cut the watermelon in half and just sit on my lap like a bowl with a spoon and eat the watermelon with a spoon. And then until it's about empty, and then I give the rinds to my chickens and they peck it clean. They get all the meat off the bones. What's up, Al? That's hype man, Al. Yeah, I was up in your neck of the woods last week in Atlantic City for work. I know you're still an hour away when you said you were where you were at, but yeah, it was like there was a bunch of traffic coming back from Atlantic City. I came back Wednesday, and it took like 5 hours getting up there and about 7.5 hours getting back. Yeah, it was a quick trip, Al. I wish I could have stopped by. That'd have been fun. Too many people. Yeah, it was right crowded. I know on the way back. There was a lot of traffic anyway. What is up with y'all not pumping your own gas too? What's up with that? I'll purposely avoid getting gas in New Jersey just so I don't have to make somebody else pump my gas. I don't think it's been drawn yet, Al. They had a shoot at Moan's house yesterday, but I had to work yesterday. I didn't get to go. But they got together for the shoot nanny yesterday. But that's the last thing I saw posted by Moan was kind of pictures of the shoot nanny. What's up, Monster? How are you? Keep unemployment down. Yeah, that's what I was talking to somebody about that recently. I was like, well, I think they're one of the last states that has that law in effect still with the, pumping gas. And if they were to change that now, I don't know how many people that would affect. I'm doing well, thank you. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Richmond, Virginia, shooting some slingshots. I'll have to leave in about no later than about 10 o'clock my time because I gotta go somewhere. You're Dutch, so what country are you in? Is that like the Netherlands or? I don't know. I'm not real familiar with what that would mean as far as where you're located. Okay, so I was right. Cool. You shoot slingshots in the Netherlands? What's up, Black Try? Oh, it's a lot of fun. A lot of people hunt with them too. I don't, but that's for a lot of folks that's the primary use of them or application. Well, small game, What's up, Leon? Figures, like action figures, you got a collection of? Cool. Yeah, I'll go to like the Goodwill or like thrift stores and find little action figures and stuff and use them as ammo. I mean, targets. I shoot them. We'll shoot at them with slingshot, blow them up. I hope I haven't destroyed anything that's really valuable, but I wouldn't know. I don't really look into the stuff once I buy it. But I figured if it's at the thrift store for like 50 cents, it's probably not worth much. I don't know. I used to have a big what's it called? G.I. Joe collection when I was a kid. I had tons of G.I. Joe figures. And of course I played with them and destroyed them, and who knows where they are now. But I was seeing some of the same figures that I played with as a kid. I've seen them at like antique stores and stuff now. It makes me feel old. And they're selling for like a lot of money. Some of them are selling for like $50, $100. And to think that I had hundreds of those things when I was a kid is crazy. G.I. Joe with the kung fu grip and the lifelike hair. They had like the real like fuzzy hair on the top of their head. Same thing with Hot Wheels. I had a lot of Hot Wheels. I had a lot of G.I. Joes and a lot of Hot Wheels. And same thing with the Hot Wheels. I've found some Hot Wheel cars at antique stores and stuff. Same exact ones that I had that they're selling for a ton of money now. Of course, I don't know where any of mine are, old ones. They're probably in my dad's attic somewhere. WWE, DC, and Marvel figurines. Cool. Yeah, I was into wrestling when I was younger too. I had a bunch of WWF figures. Matter of fact, I found some of those recently and was just looking at them. It was like real nostalgic going through the old figurines. Hey! Yeah, I was looking back. I had Farouk. I don't know if y'all remember Farouk, the wrestler. Shawn Michaels. I was watching wrestling during the Attitude Era, so like in the 90s, early to mid 90s. Had a bunch of those wrestlers from that time. D-Generation X. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, Mankind. Sid Vicious. Oh! Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper. Yeah. Razor Malone. New latex. I haven't gotten any. Well, so the newest latex I've tried is that cyan. I ordered some of that purple stuff from Weston, but I haven't gotten it yet. It should be here any day. He sent me tracking info, so it should be here any time now. So the cyan is, and the and actually Al sent me some TheraBand silver, which I got really used to. I was shooting it for several weeks exclusively, and I got on target with it. But those are really the only two new latexes I've tried recently. I'll very soon be trying out that purple, that 0.45 tritium purple that Weston put out. Oh, Edge. Yeah, Edge was coming into wrestling kind of like on the tail end of me watching wrestling. I kind of stopped watching in like the late 1990s, I guess. I'm guessing that's when Edge started, because I remember him, but I just don't remember much about him. You thought I was already using what, the purple? I haven't tried the purple yet. Been hitting that 25 millimeter spinner pretty well this morning. Before I went live, I hit it 8 times in a row, which is, I'm pretty sure that's a record for me in a row. But I didn't get it on camera, so it doesn't count. What's good? Sketchy. We're shooting slingshots and talking about 1990s wrestling. These bands are going. Oh yeah. I really liked, back then I really liked Shawn Michaels, Razor Malone. Really liked Mankind just because he was so crazy and fun to watch. Farouk, the Nation of Domination. Farouk, he was the guy that would always come in. His like weapon of choice would be like the 2x4, big 2x4 wooden plank. You know how like certain wrestlers had certain weapons of choice that they would love to use. Jake the Snake. I got Jake the Snake's autograph. I got a picture with him once, and his autograph. We were at the Bagel Fest. There's so Linder's Bagels. They have a factory in my dad's hometown of Mattoon, Illinois, and every year they have a bagel festival. It's like a parade, and I don't know, these bagels, you eat bagels. They throw bagels off the parade floats into the crowd and stuff. But anyway, at that festival, the Bagel Fest, Jake the Snake was there one year, and we were there visiting my grandmother for like over the summer or whatever, and Jake the Snake was there signing autographs, taking pictures, and somewhere I got a picture with him, and he's got the big anaconda. He put it over his shoulder and over my shoulder both, you know, and we got a picture together. That was pretty cool. At the time, I was pretty young. At the time, I had no idea who he was. I just thought it was cool to get a picture with a guy with a giant snake. But over time, because I was pretty young, I was like, shoot, I don't know, I was maybe 6 or 7. But then over the course of like several years, you know, I showed people that picture, and they were like, "Oh, you met Jake the Snake?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess I did." Simpler times, that's right. Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, we went to a WWF. That was back when it was still called the WWF. We went to a WWF event in Richmond, and there was Terry Funk and Mankind had a match. It lasted forever. They went off into the stands. They were beating each other up in the hallways and back. I mean, the camera followed them all over the auditorium. They went back into the back halls. They were hitting each other with trash cans. It was crazy. But yeah, that was a classic match. They put that on. They put that on mankind's greatest matches of all time list. All right, I'm gonna go here in a second. We gotta get up to practice up in Stafford today. I'm gonna take a few shots on that, in the catch box, there's that little yellow 25 millimeter target. I was hitting it really well earlier. See that? I'm gonna get 3 hits on it. I'll get 3 hits on it, and then I gotta go. There's 2. Ooh, I nicked the top of it. Moans, they had a shoot at Moans yesterday that I didn't go to. I had to work. All right, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen first? Am I gonna hit that 25 millimeter target for the 3rd time, or is my band gonna break? Hey, what's up, Andrew? I was just about to hop off of here. I gotta get going soon. My goal was to hit that 25 millimeter target 3 times first before I left, which is that little tiny target in the catch box. I've hit it twice. I gotta hit it 1 more time. But my bands might break first before I get to do that. And 2 shots. All right, let's see, Kevin. There's 1. Got it. You were right. You were also the one that called, I think, the penny when I was shooting the penny live. You called how many shots I was gonna get it in. All right, y'all. I gotta get going. It's been fun. I will see you all. Yeah, Babe Ruth called his shot. All right, y'all. Take care. See you later.